Was Magnetic Dwarf Reptile by Chrome off their 1978 album Alien Soundtracks. We're listening to that today because a viewer suggested that we check out Helios Creed, and this is an early Helios Creed band. Essentially, Helios Creed is a major influence for Butthole Surfers, and I listened to a couple of these songs, sampled a little bits of them anyway, and I could definitely hear that. I started this video just a minute ago using Chromosome Damage. I just didn't want to hear the same song again. And that one had a very Butthole Surfers slash like Iggy Pop feel to it. It was pretty good stuff. Magnetic Dwarf Reptile was also pretty good stuff. The album's probably really interesting just because each song I've listened to so far is more like multiple parts. Like it changes up quite a bit. Like at some point it just stops and then reverses. I've heard that a couple times in it. Which that actually reminds me kind of how I used to I used to do some music production when I was in my early 20s. I played around with some music production software, and a lot of times one of my favorite things to do was to kind of stop in the middle and make everything go in reverse. Or vice versa, start reverse and make everything go normal. I'd imagine a lot of people are into that studio trick. Thanks to the Beatles, probably. Anyway. Hi, my name is Bean, and you're watching Battle of the Band. We're on day 137 of the Butthole Surfers tournament. And if you're new here, you're not sure what that is, you're just in time for the finals. This tournament will be over after today. This is the final round, day 1, the only day in the final round. Basically, what we did at the beginning was we took every single Butthole Surfers track, we threw them into a single elimination style tournament, and then we made them battle head to head until there were, well now, 2 left remaining as the very best Butthole Surfers tracks. After today, we'll have 1 left remaining, and that'll be the very best Butthole Surfers track. The loser today will be 2nd place. If you'd like to know what 3rd place is, I could make yesterday's and 2 days ago's losers battle to figure out which one is 3rd place. Y'all let me know in the comments if you need me to do that. But also, we'll be moving right on into a new tournament, which is the Unicorns. I don't have any glorious fanfare or anything for this one. I really hoped by, this far into the channel I'd have my shit together enough to have some sort of, grand celebration. But I don't. We'll get there eventually. We have to get through a few tournaments probably before we get eased into this. And by eased in, I mean just thrown into kicking and screaming, every one of us, just like the world. Got 2 great Butthole Surfers songs up against each other today. The first one we'll be listening to is Something, which is off the 1983 debut EP titled Butthole Surfers. This song was something I didn't expect to pick up like it did, and every time I hear it, I love it a little bit more. So I'm excited to hear it again and see how it stacks up against its competition today. This song, for the most part, battled just songs from the 90s until it came to the last round and it battled Bong Song, which is from 1989. So it hasn't faced off against anything from the earlier Butthole Surfers discography, and that could be how it got this far. Its competition today is Mexican Caravan, which has battled against songs from every era of Butthole Surfers so far. That one is off of their 1984 debut album, full-length album, Psychic, Powerless, Another Man's Sack. So these 2 songs are within a year of each other. And I think it's indicative of what I found out to be my favorite part of Butthole Surfers, was their very early stuff. Just back when they were pretty much a straight-up punk band, with a whole lot of weird thrown in. We've heard these songs both a lot of times already, so we should just go ahead and get right on into it. First up today we have Something.
second. This 19's gonna bleed. Cause when I kicked her in the teeth, she was out of the door. I just know she'll be back for more.
So good. We've talked over and over again about all the things I love about that song throughout the channel. It's just such a good, like, sinister punk song with a really dark comedic edge to it. It's everything I want out of Butthole Surfers. Let's be real here. But also, we have Mexican Caravan, and that's another thing entirely. Let's check it out. Love endings like that. So, one thing recording the tournaments has done for me is it's made me better at split-second decisions on things like this. Like, before I would have spent all day going back and forth between Something and Mexican Caravan, listening to both of them over and over, flip flopping back and forth with which one I think is the very best song, and ultimately coming up with a decision that I felt like um, might not have been what I would have picked if I would have just went with what I wanted initially, I guess. I don't know. When you're given too much time to think about it, it can be detrimental as well. I've heard both of these songs enough times to know which one I like better, and I know why I like it better. I'm going to give this one to Something. Something is something incredibly unique. Mexican Caravan I enjoyed because it pulled from so many different sounds that I enjoyed, or things that I have enjoyed pulled sounds from this. So it had this instant air of familiarity to it, even though it was off the wall, bonkers crazy. It felt like something I'd heard before, and it had really funny lyrics. Something though, from the get-go has been just new to me. Like I've never really heard very much music like Something. It's not necessarily pulling from all sorts of stuff. I mean, it definitely is pulling from their influences, but their influences feel like they come from a more varied source, I guess. There's just something special about Something to me anyway. And I feel like that's a good decision to win the whole tournament. I think Something is a very good song. I think it is one of the very best songs Butthole Surfers ever made. And according to the tournament brackets today, at least to me, it is the very best Butthole Surfers song ever made. And I'm going to start calling it that. Something, you've battled through a 137-day tournament to get this far, and you've won the prize. The big prize. The prize of being the best Butthole Surfers song ever made. Thank you all for coming along with me on this journey. I want to thank every single Butthole Surfers fan out there that has jumped in here and joined in and listened to, watched the tournament happen. I want to thank all the different social medias that have accepted us and not banned us for posting way too much shit in your forums. We do this every day, so it is a lot of stuff. Like we got banned from the Classic Rock forum on Reddit because, we're just self-promoting every single day. But that's the grind, that's the hustle. That's what we have to do. I'd also like to thank Melodic Virtue for hooking us up with a little bit of a deal on their What Does Regret Mean book. I've had a video in the can for a little while now on opening that. I've just been really lazy about getting it together to edit it. So after this is all said and done, I'll get on editing that and I'll throw it out sometime so you can see what the book is like to open up out of the mail. It's a pretty fantastic book too. I just haven't had the time to sit down and flip through every page and read everything within the pages. But it's super cool. It's always bittersweet at the end of a tournament. We're done with the Butthole Surfers. We won't be listening to any more Butthole Surfers studio albums. But if you are into the idea of doing a short live tournament bracket of Butthole Surfers live stuff, I think they'd be a very good band to do something like that with. And we could just have a live tournament bracket every once in a while on other bands once we finish them. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea, and maybe I'll get to work on setting one up. I do need suggestions for versions of the songs to listen to, though. I'd like to find the best live version of any track you can find. We'll do 8 to 16 tracks. So if I get a good 8 tracks together, we can do that. If y'all have 16 tracks for me, we can do it that way too. But I want each track to be different. It has to be the best version of that track. That's your homework if you want to see that tournament happen. At least it'll get it to happen faster anyway. We've got social media if you want to talk any further about this. We've got Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you like these videos and you wish they were shorter, we also have a TikTok that does exactly that for you. Make sure you follow us there. I will link the songs as well as the tournament bracket in its finished form in the description. And I'll also link that song by Chrome so you can check that out in its entirety as well. We've got Cash App and Venmo. Feel free to throw us a little bit of dough that way if you'd like to. Handles are right below me there. And please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the concept. I know we're done with Butthole Surfers, but we've got the unicorns coming, and we're still doing Beatles videos every day. I know it's a weird crossover, Butthole Surfers and Beatles, but I mean, come on. I had a cover of Come Together in the Butthole Surfers tournament. There's a crossover right there. Plus, Something won my tournament. There's a Beatles song called Something. Maybe it'll win that tournament. It's still in the brackets. Share this video with your friends and family members and anyone who you think might enjoy the unicorns coming up, or just these music tournaments in general. I think there are a lot of people that are missing out on this if they aren't checking it out. And make sure you comment down below with which of these two songs you would have picked if you were on the hot seat today. And also let me know which song would have won your personal bracket if you had had one. On that note, also, I'd like to get an audience bracket set up. I just don't know if I have enough people interacting to make that fun yet. I don't know. That's why we got to get more people watching this channel. I have almost 200 subscribers, and I need like at least 7,000 more. That's just a number I came up with, but it sounds like a good number. Hey, it's been real. This Butthole Surfers tournament has been a blast, and I'm sorry to see you go for any Butthole Surfers fans that may not be watching after this, but please check out the rest of the videos. If you're not into the unicorns, check back in a month. I have another band coming up right after them. And I'll tell you one thing. If you're a fan of the era of music, like the time period that Butthole Surfers was, you might enjoy what I have coming up after unicorns. The only way to find out is to stick around and keep watching. So I'll see you tomorrow for another unicorns video and another Beatles video. We're going to say goodbye to saying butthole on the internet for a while. Hope you have a great night, a fantastic afternoon, and a wonderful morning. I'll see you all in the future for some more videos. If you just want to see some more Butthole Surfers content, I've got 136 other videos you can watch right now if you want to. Bye.
All right, I'm just gonna do it now. Ready? All right, here goes. I've paid my dues.